Hey everybody, Coach Hart here with System Basketball, and today I'm going live and we're going to be discussing why dribble drive motion first. Let me preface this and say I've been running this offense since 2008. I've been running the dribble drive since 2008.
Hey everybody, Coach Hart here with System Basketball.
And previously, I was a flex offense player. Was in high school from 1989 to 1993 running the flex. Then became a freshman coach in 1996, ran the flex through 2001. Became a varsity basketball coach in 2001, ran the flex pretty much primarily through 2008. So depending on where you are with your coaching journey, you're probably coaching what you played in or who you're working for. And dribble drive motion offense to me is a framework. I don't know if you really even want to call it an offense. It's a penetration rules system where it teaches your players when the ball is put on the floor where they should be going. Now, it's way more than that. It's gap creation, it's skill development, it's decision making. But I'm going to go over today with you these points mainly. And we're going to discuss these. And I have some diagrams that I'll probably get into to explain some of it through diagrams. But the number one reason, in my opinion, is it creates high percentage shots. Today's game, you're either trying to get to the rim or shoot uncontested threes. And you also want to get to the foul line. Being a flex offense coach, that offense has evolved over the years. Before it was screen the screener flex. Now you have modified flex, where you just do the flex cut, and there is no down screen because it opens up the lane for more driving angles. So the creating of the high percentage shot is because it's a driving, penetrating offense. You are driving, forcing teams to help potentially and leaving players open for shots. And the best type of three-point shot is an inside-out three. So if you don't have a back to the basket post player, how are you going to create your three-point opportunities? Are you going to do it by running players off double staggereds, triple staggereds, horns, flares, where it's lateral passes? I would chart and look at your offensive systems and see where you are most effective with your three-point percentage. And I'm willing to bet it's inside-out threes. So how do you do that? With the dribble drive offense, you're going to space the floor, you're going to get in there, you're going to draw two, and you're going to kick. Or they're going to play help the helper, and you're going to find that open player for a catch and shoot rhythm three. So number one reason for me is it creates high percentage shots. Number two, no matter what offensive system you run, what do teams do to you to make your life heck? If you're a flex team, they're going to make you drive. If you're a set play oriented team, they're going to get up in your grill and make that player put the ball on the floor and make a play. So my second reason why you should be teaching at minimum the penetration rules of dribble drive is because when the game's on the line, I guarantee you people are going to force you to drive and make plays. They're not going to just play off of you and let you be comfortable. It happened to me as a flex coach. One of the reasons why I went away from it was there was no driving lanes. It was hard to drive. Players didn't know where to go if a player picked up the ball on the drive, and it made life heck. So that's my number two reason. Number three is, what do all defenses try to prevent? The ball getting to the paint. Nobody wants the ball in the paint. If you're a defensive coach, most people consider that a 9-1-1 situation. We got to stop the ball, get it out. So if you're watching NBA, you're watching anything, what causes the most fits? Somebody that is required a double team. Well, as high school coaches, we don't always have elite players. But I guarantee if you're driving to the paint and you beat that first player, somebody's going to help. So you really have put two players on the ball now, creating closeout situations, which is what you want in today's game. You want people running at you so you can make 0.5 decisions, shoot it, drive it, or move it. And this offense does all of that. Number 4, in my opinion, it can flow into any offense. I pair it a lot with Princeton point series, chin series. You can run modified flex. You can even run flex. And then if you put the ball on the floor, your players will know where they need to adjust to based upon the ball being driven. If you don't have that in, that is another thing that you got to teach. Okay? So flows into any 5. It develops an attack mindset. I don't know how many offenses out there develop that or teach that. I know this one does. Running the flex, I felt my team was a mid-range jump shooting team. If we couldn't get the flex cut layup, we weren't threatening the rim. Now, you're not always blessed with 6'8", 6'7", 6'5". If you're on the boys' side high school, if you've got 6 foot and above girls, you're not blessed with that all the time. So you don't have those big back to the basket threats. So you got to find other ways to score. So you got to open up the floor, be it a 5-out, a dribble drive, a drive in space, pace in space, whatever you want to refer to things as, but you got to have penetration. Number 6, it teaches spacing. It really is a hard thing to teach. And early on in this, you'll struggle, and it is a give and take with it, is they'll struggle with the spacing aspect of things based upon where the ball goes. So when a ball moves, they got to space with it. But it really teaches kids how to space. Really teaches them well. Number 7, gaps. It teaches kids what to attack and what not to attack. Number 1 rule that I learned a long time ago is you pass through single gaps and you drive through double and triple gaps. So you're teaching kids some decision making and questioning, why are they driving through certain things and getting the ball stolen? It's probably because they're driving through the single gap, or I heard the term NFG, the no fun gap, or you could put a different expletive in there. But if you drive through that, I guarantee you, if you're driving through no gaps, you're getting the ball stolen and your night is long. So this offense teaches kids to get through gaps. Last thing, I honestly feel it develops players. In today's world, the day of a kid going to the park and playing and maybe 2 kids being there, and then they'll play 1-on-1. And then maybe another group shows, they'll play 2-on-2. Kids just leave. They wanted to play 5-on-5. But what does this offense do? It teaches ball skills, ball handling, attacking the rim, shooting, layups, floaters, mid-range. It has it all. And whether you have 15 kids at practice, 6 kids at practice, 7 kids at practice, you can work on your offense without having your whole team. It's not a continuity-based offense. It's concept-based. So what I want to bring up with you today is I want to show you basic penetration rules of the offense and show you how it could lead and how it will work with other offenses and bring it twofold for you why I believe you should be starting with this offense and then adding anything else you want to it. I think it's really hard to say, I'm going to put in this first, but then I'm going to put dribble drive over it. I think you need to do dribble drive first and then the other offense is second. Okay, so the main penetration that you need to teach is a straight slot lane penetration. So that is the point guard one driving straight down the lane. And in that, your players on the floor need to know someone needs to be behind the penetrator. Someone needs to be what I refer to as the window. Ball side corner needs to be filled, and weak side block. If you're a 5-out team, this player would probably be more there for you. They'd be out on the perimeter there. Okay, but traditionally, dribble drive is ran out of a 4-out, 1-in alignment. That is lane penetration. And whenever you use this offense, when you get to that basket, which people refer to as the rack zone, this is what it will always look like in lane penetration. So if we flip the screen, it would be the opposite. This side would now be in the window. This player would now be here. This player, this player. You will always have that alignment when the ball is in the rack zone, which is near the basket. The next main penetration is a baseline penetration. Okay, so same rules and concepts apply. The player has the ball on the wing and they drive towards the baseline. When a player drives, you're only going to have two people inside the three-point line, the driver and the post player. Instead of the post player staying low and opposite, they're going to go to what is referred to as a tee-up. So that dotted line, they're going to kind of cut right there into a 45-degree angle. The point guard is going to fill behind the pass, and your three is going to stay in the opposite corner for a drift pass, and the 5 is going to, depending on what you want to teach, be here or be in this area, be there or towards the top. There's a difference of opinions of people of where that should be. And I say make them visible where the defense isn't. So it's not always on the wing. It's not always on the top. It's somewhere in this area. That one's not set in stone. This one is. This one is. This one is. This one right here has flexibility. Okay? That is baseline penetration. The next one is if a player catches the ball in the slot area and decides to drive middle. Now there's two rules of thought with this. This is traditional. So traditional middle would have the 5 going behind as they're breaking the rim line and the 4 relocating to the other side as they're breaking the rim line. And like I said before, they went middle, but now they're in the rack zone. So you have to have someone behind you, someone in the window, opposite block, same side corner. So that is what middle penetration would look like from the slots. The last middle penetration we would have would be from the wing area. And traditional spacing on this would be, again, as 2 is starting to hit the midline, 4 and 5 work together and go behind. And then as 2 is getting towards the basket, our normal rules should apply. 4 should come back as 2 is getting closer to the basket, and 1 should be lifting into the window. And 1 lifts here on these windows, and you don't have 5 and 1 on the same lane or same plane, because if X5 comes to help, X1 has to make a decision. Do I help or do I stay? If they're kind of staying in that corner, X1 kind of can guard both these at the same time. Within the dribble drive motion offense and the spacing components of it, you want to make defenders make decisions. Stay or help, not be able to help and recover. So if anybody has any questions, Sidebar question. Okay, I see that one. Okay, got to the baseline pins. So I'm gonna put this up. Sidebar question. Okay, did a clinic last night with another coach. Everybody has this question. Wants to know whatever offense in the world, how does it work versus zone? If you're running a good man-to-man offense, you're gonna see zone. So the concepts are still the same when you put it on the floor. You just cut to the areas. You have to tweak things. And if you check out my System Basketball YouTube channel, search Dribble Drive Motion versus Zone. I have 2 videos on it. I have a short one and I have a very long one I did with Kurt that kind of covers the things that we do. If you want even more than that, you can join our course and it goes into a really deep dive of what we do versus the zone when teams are dribble driving or are trying to do that versus our dribble drives. You will see zone if you're a dribble drive coach. Without a doubt, you will see zone. Okay. So let's see. Okay. Nick Nurse calls it spread. Yeah, NBA probably does dribble drive a little bit more differently. Again, I did a video on Boston Celtics on the YouTube channel. Their spacing on what they do, they don't go behind when the ball's put on the floor. They're more wing thing and they stay spaced. A lot of that has to do with the NBA 3 seconds illegal defense rules, and also their players are way more dynamic and they want way more space for those players and don't want anybody coming to help. So you may want to look at that if teams are really digging in, not going behind the player anymore, waiting until a player picks up to run your second cuts. That's becoming a popular style of play, and known more popular for the style of play called drive and space, which is very similar to dribble drive motion offense, has similar concepts, but is taught a little bit differently. All right. Well, that's what I have for you guys today. Hopefully it opens up your eyes on why dribble drive motion first. If you want to check out more resources on the dribble drive motion offense, I have a course. I have an introductory DDM for high school basketball downloadable playbook for you. If you'd like to check out some of those things, they're at systembasketball.com. You guys have a great basketball week, and subscribe to the channel so you know when the next live will be on YouTube. And if you're not inside the Dribble Drive Motion Hoop Talk Facebook community, check that out. There's a link inside on the YouTube channel on this video. So we'll see you guys on